Captain Dean Show.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Captain Dean Show. I am your host, Chris Evans. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about a bass that I was looking for quite a while and couldn't really find the right one. And finally, one day on Facebook Marketplace, thankfully, I live very close to Nashville, Tennessee, where everybody plays music. I found the perfect bass for this particular project that I was looking for. And that would be a bass to showcase the fact that I'm bilingual. Oh, wait. I found out very quickly that I am not left-handed. I am indeed a right-handed human being. And this is what I was looking to do with it. This is my left-handed Squier Affinity P bass. It is actually a PJ bass, but we'll get to all that, of course. I found this in Nashville. The guy was selling it. It was actually listed for a couple of weeks, and he lowered the price. I just happened to be in town and looked it up, messaged him and said, hey, I'm really interested in getting that bass. Where are you located? And at the time, I was at Opry Mills Mall, which, if anyone from the area knows, the Opryland area, Grand Ole Opry, all that stuff is over there. It is very close to a little community called Donaldson. And I was surprised for him to say, I live in Donaldson. I am at home right now. It was literally 5 minutes away from where I was sitting when I messaged him. So I had the money, drove straight to his house, met him on his front porch, and here it is. It, say it with me, was black with a white pickguard. Without even questioning, he starts, it needs a little work, it needs this. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool, man. It looks great. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. So I bought it right there on this front porch. So this is what I wanted to do. I've always admired looking at just pictures of, Dick Dale and Jimi Hendrix and Albert King and Tim Armstrong. But of course, in the bass world, Doug Pennick and Mono Neon, just super cool to me to see people playing guitars, that are right-handed, left-handed. And so I kind of wanted to do that theory on a bass. So this is the idea that I came up with. It was very simple, and thankfully YouTube, of course, is always there for me when I need it. All I had to do was flip the nut. And there was a really good video on there that said all you got to do is take a hammer and just tap it a few times, and you should be able to push it out. And that's exactly what happened. The glue was sturdy, but it also was easy to maneuver. So I got the nut out safely without cracking or breaking anything, flipped it around, and filed and sanded everything really good before I put lots and lots of glue on the inside and let that sit for about a day. I put it on, wrapped some rubber bands or something around it, and let that set really good. And that was all it took for that. The bass, on the other hand, was an interesting scenario. So this being a PJ configuration, it had the volume and tone knob, and then it had another one here because you get two for each one, and then the input jack was here. So I had a brilliant idea to put a band-aid over the gaping hole where the original input jack was and move the input jack to the front, which is what I prefer. So the jazz pickup in this body is dead. It does not work. I cut the cord, But I had to leave it in there because I didn't want a gaping hole or anything. I wanted it to still look kind of cool. I left the body alone. It's actually a really neat kind of a grayish, dark, black sparkle kind of look to it. I don't know if you can see it really good on the camera, but it's got a little bit of a sparkle to it. And that was really cool for me to come across when I got it. And it was pretty clean for the most part. I mean, right now it's kind of dirty just from me playing it. But that was it. Of course, you have to take the bridge apart and readjust everything and flip everything around. So those are the minor changes I had to do to get it playable for me. So here's where it gets interesting. I originally killed the tone, kept the volume knob just for these two, and I put it here, thinking if I move it over, I'll be able to play and it'll be comfortable. Well, if you see what I'm doing right now, it doesn't matter. My arm would have been hitting that area because it's the same area on the bass where it's curved on the side that my arm would basically be falling into. So I had the idea to take the pot out, turn it up all the way. I took some shielding tape, something really sturdy, and taped it wide open, and then put it back inside here and shoved like I wrapped everything in like a paper towel or something like that. Put it inside here, and then I cut out 2 black stickers that are just circles that cover the holes. And so that was it. When you plug this bass in, it's wide open. It's ready to go. There's no, knob to turn up and down. So you got to plug it in and make sure the tuner is on so that it doesn't just start blaring immediately. So not much to the story on this one. Just something really cool I always wanted to do. I left the strap button on the original, side. And I'm obviously, you can't really do anything here. This took some adjusting for me to get used to. I got it kind of ready. I still had the volume knob available, to turn. And I immediately took it to a show. We had a show in Louisville, Kentucky, and I took it up just thinking, oh, this is going to be cool. I'm going to play this bass. And it was about 2 songs in, and I had to set it down because I was not prepared. It dives because of the location of the strap and everything. So the neck dive is really, really hard on it. So you gotta get used to that. And the headstock, the fact that the E string is on this key instead of, it's just, everything's just backwards and flipped around. So it took some adjusting for me to get used to. But after some time with it, after getting rid of the volume knob and clearing that space open to where I can just plug in the cord and just rock and roll, it's been great ever since. I've used it multiple times, and it is a really cool bass. I love to play it. I love the way it looks. And side note, a lot of people that are left-handed in the bass groups that I'm in really gave me a lot of shit for doing this. Leave it alone. Somebody out there is left-handed and they need it. Well, sir, let me tell you something. This was on Marketplace for a very long time and nobody wanted it. And I just checked Marketplace this afternoon, and there are 4 left-handed basses in my general 100-mile radius that are available for sale right now. So maybe if you live in Idaho, finding a left-handed bass is not easy. But when you live close to Nashville, Tennessee, they're pretty easy to find. So there you go, everybody. This is my Lefty bass, and I love it. And it's a cool project if you're ever interested in making one for yourself. And there you go.
This is a 2000 Squire Affinity
left-handed PJ bass. And it's been reversed and flipped for me to play because I am right-handed. I loved the idea of keeping the original strap button on the horn when I flipped it around. So that was cool. The pick guard, I just painted blue. I had a really hard time finding anything that was of interest to me on the internet for a left-handed bass. So I took matters into my own hands. I painted it like an electric blue and multiple coats of clear on top of that to keep it from scratching up too bad. I'm pretty happy with this thing. It's a cool project, and after a little bit of time of playing with it, I got used to it and I love it. I absolutely loved the little sparkle finish that it had on it. Once I saw that, I immediately knew that I was not going to paint this thing. So, not sure if it's charcoal or black. Whatever it is, it looks cool, and I left it alone. Roll that beautiful bass footage.